when the world's eyes were fixed on America's Apollo missions in the 1960s. Something far more terrifying was happening on our neighboring planet, Venus. The Soviet Union, the Russians, were planning what can only be called suicide missions to Venus. After spending billions of dollars and years of effort, they built probes that would, for the first time in history, land on another planet and capture its images. But what those Russian probes encountered on Venus was nothing short of hell, a nightmare that stunned Soviet scientists. Today, we'll uncover the story of those Soviet suicide missions to Venus that revealed the planet's horrifying secrets, and how a tiny camera lens cap destroyed years of hard work and millions of dollars, and why, despite today's advanced technology, Russia never returned there again.
In the 1960s and 70s, the Cold War was at its peak. The United States and the Soviet Union were competing to prove who would become the king of space. Both nations wanted to achieve something so extraordinary that the world would recognize their power and capability. America focused its full strength on the moon. President John F. Kennedy had promised the world that before 1970, America would land a man on the moon. An enormous claim at the time. When the Soviets realized that America might actually succeed, they shifted their focus to Venus. Their goal was simple: if America could step on the moon, Russia would step into hell itself.
At that time, scientists believed Venus and Earth were very similar. They are neighbors, nearly the same size, and at comparable distances from the sun. But there was one obvious difference. Venus was completely covered in thick clouds. No one knew what lay hidden beneath them. Even scientists considered it a mystery box. The Soviets believed that while the moon could be observed with telescopes, showing the world what lay beneath Venus's clouds would be an even greater achievement than landing on the moon. And if oceans, forests, or even alien creatures were discovered, it would be a direct Soviet victory.
With this vision, the Soviets planned not 1 or 2, but 18 missions to Venus. Their probes were called Venera, the Russian name for Venus. At the time, scientists were certain Venus had an atmosphere due to its cloud cover and proximity to the sun, but no one knew how dense it really was. So they designed Venera to withstand extremely high atmospheric pressure. The Soviets also had a policy. They kept missions secret until they succeeded. Failed missions were hidden from the world. On February 4th, 1961, the first probe was launched toward Venus, but it failed to leave Earth's orbit. The world was told it was just a heavy satellite launch. They also built 2 probes for each mission in case one failed. Venera 1 and Venera 2 were meant to fly by Venus and collect data. Venera 1 launched on February 12, 1961. It was the first probe ever sent toward another planet, but after 7 days, contact was lost. It passed 100,000 kilometers from Venus, but sent no data. It still orbits the sun today. Venera 2, launched in 1965, met the same fate. Then came Venera 3 and 4 in 1966. These were 1-ton probes with 2 parts, a bus to carry the probe to Venus's atmosphere and a sphere filled with sensors. Venera 3 was a suicide mission meant only to study the atmosphere. It crashed into Venus and became the first man-made object to hit another planet, but sent no data. In 1967, Venera 4 achieved partial success. It discovered that Venus's atmosphere was mostly carbon dioxide. Initially, Soviets claimed it landed safely, but later it was understood that it was crushed by pressure like a soda can.
Venera 5 and 6 were sent in 1969 to die in the atmosphere and send data before being destroyed within an hour. Then came Venera 7. Built like a tank, its only goal, survive. During landing, a switchboard malfunctioned, allowing it to send only temperature data. Its parachute tore, and it crashed at 17 meters, flipping upside down with the antenna facing down. Still, for 23 minutes, it sent signals from Venus's surface, the first to do so. It recorded a shocking temperature, 465 degrees. Scientists also detected Doppler shifts indicating winds of 360 Kelvin.
Venera 8 improved further, landing during daytime with a gamma spectrometer and light sensor. It confirmed that enough light reached the surface to see objects despite thick clouds. It survived for 60 minutes. Venera 9 to 12 were the greatest achievements and greatest misfortunes. These 5-ton UFO-like landers had cameras for a 360 degrees view, but the lens caps failed to open. Venera 9 and 10 had one camera open. Venera 11 and 12 sent data for 110 minutes, but no photos.
On October 2nd, 1975, Venera 9 sent the first ever image from another planet's surface, rocky, sharp terrain. Venera 13 and 14 were the golden era. They had cameras, microphones, drills, and seismometers. Venera 13 recorded the first sounds from another planet, wind and thunder. It also sent the first color images. The sky appeared orange, the ground brown, but Venera 14 made a bizarre mistake. A spring-loaded arm meant to test soil hardness accidentally landed on its own camera lens cap. It measured the cap instead of the soil, wasting millions due to a tiny cap.
Finally, Venera 15 and 16 orbited Venus for 8 months using synthetic aperture radar. They mapped the surface through clouds, revealing 80-kilometer high mountains and thousands of kilometers of cracks. Because of these missions, we now know Venus is unimaginably hot, with 90 times Earth's pressure, sulfuric acid clouds, and violent winds. Many Venus features still carry Russian names. Some even call Venus the Soviet planet.